We're going to start on skill 7. We're going to start with problem A right here. And again, right now there's not a lot of numbers on here. We're going to go ahead and add our own. So I'm going to start with these boxes here. And on these boxes, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to make up some numbers. Let's start with, we'll do 13. 13 times, let's do 3. Thirteen times 3. They give us a box next to it that says sketch. This is for us to sketch out the problem, but we could also use our numbers here to do our multiplication. We're going to do both ways for problem A. It should be there, Alexa, in the skills packet. So this one, the one that we had worked on before with the fractions, it's not exactly in order, but it should be right after my packet. It's right after it's skills 4, the one where we put the pictures of the pizzas and stuff. Right afterward. Okay, so for the sketch, we're just going to sketch out what this might look like. So first I'm going to sketch 13. Again, this is math, not art, so I'm not going to spend 10-15 minutes drawing 13 perfect birds or something like that. I'm just going to use dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, going into 13. Now notice that I put all those dots in a straight row. I want to try to keep them organized. So I have 13 dots in a straight row. So I put 13 because that's my first number. Put 13 dots, okay. That's my first number. So this would be 13 times 1, because there's just one row. But we don't want 13 times 1. We want 13 times 3. So I'm going to make the same number of dots, also in a straight row, but I'm going to do it 2 more times. That way I end up with 3 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So now I have 2 rows of 13. And I'm going to make one more, so I have 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yes, Nakai.
What are we doing?
We're working on the page. Up at the top it says skills 7. Practicing some multiplication. All right.
For what page?
Skills 7.
I mean, like what paper?
Find the packet of papers that says skills, Nakai. Find that first, and once you find that packet of paper, the one that says skills in the top corner, flip through it until you find the page in the top corner that says skills 7.
Mr.
Yes, ma'am.
The next are the other ones. Are we going to do them by ourselves?
We might do some by ourselves.
Okay.
So now I have two ways of solving this. I could use my sketch and I could count every single dot that I drew here, and that would give me my answer. Or I could use math and do our heart method or whatever you'd like to call it. Between the two, it's a lot better that we practice and that we use that heart method or just using the numbers to multiply them, because like you already see here, just to draw 13 dots, and I didn't even make them that big, but to draw 13 dots, I already pretty much filled up that square from side to side. Now, imagine 13 is not a very big number. It's also not the biggest number that we're going to see with multiplication. Especially as we get through the year and we start getting into harder multiplication problems using bigger numbers, 13 is definitely not the biggest number I'm going to see. If I get too used to doing the sketch, it's going to take me longer and longer to draw all the dots that I need, and it's going to take more and more space. So even though I could do this, it's not the best option, especially for bigger numbers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my numbers and just multiply them. I'm going to start with the ones place. 3 times 3. Who could tell me if I multiply 3 times 3, what would it be? Ah, it rhymed. Ezekiel, what would it be? 3 times 3.
9.
9. Awesome. 9. I'm going to put a 9 down here. Oh, I'm not done with my multiplication yet. I only multiplied the ones place. Now I have to multiply the tens place. 3 times 1. What is 3 times 1? Aideen, what's 3 times 1?
3.
3. Because when you multiply anything by 1, it doesn't change, does it?
No.
Nope. So my answer is 39. Now these extra boxes, these ones that are blank, are there just in case I have to carry over a number. If I had to carry over a number from my multiplication earlier, I would use these boxes here to do it. Alright. Now, I did the sketch here again, kind of fill up that box, but like I said, honestly, I really don't like using the sketches unless I absolutely have to, only because, again, in 4th grade, we use a lot larger numbers than 13. And as the numbers get larger, my sketch is going to take more time, more space on my paper. And I don't always have those two things. I might be running out of time to finish a test, or I might be running out of space on my paper. And maybe I don't have an extra piece of paper that I could go and get and use. Because I could always use extra paper, but if I don't have any around, I need to be careful about the space on the page that I'm using. So for this next problem, we're going to try just using the numbers. This time, we're going to go ahead and do the number. We'll have 24. And we're going to multiply the number 24 by 2 by 5. 24 times 5. Again, I'm not going to do the sketch because I could barely fit 13 in there. There's no way I'm fitting 24 dots. So we're just going to use our numbers. What's 5 times 4? Jaylene, what's 5 times 4?
20.
20. Perfect. Do you remember the five tables that we did? So 20. This time, I do have to carry something over. I'm going to put a 0 down here, and I have to carry over the 2 from the 20. I'm going to put it up here. Yes, Heidi. Or are you just ready for the next part?
I'm ready for the next part.
Okay, so help me out then. When I multiply 2 times 5, what would I get, Hayden?
10.
Okay,
Plus-
10. And then
So
if I
equals
carried over the 2, what do I get?
12.
12. Awesome. So the 2 would come down here. I could carry over the 1, but there's nothing here. So the 1 can come down too. So my answer would be 120. Let's go ahead and try. Let's try 37 times 6. All right. Again, I'm not going to do the sketch. I'm just going to use the numbers. I'm going to start by multiplying the ones place. Okay, Kaylee. 6 times 7. 6 times 7 can be kind of tricky, but who can tell me what would I get if I multiplied 6 times 7? Okay?
35.
Okay. 6 times 7. Very close.
$42.
42. Awesome. Okay. I'm going to put a 2 down here. I'm going to carry over the 4 from our 42 up here. Six times 7 is 42. Then I'm going to do 6 times 3. What is 6 times 3? Or 3 times 6. Multiplication isn't very picky. Bailey?
My microphone didn't want to work. It is 18.
18. So 3 times 6 is 18. Now, Bailey, I carried over a 4. So what's 18 plus 4? What would that give me, Bailey?
112.
No, if I have 18 plus 4. Because I carried over 4 extra. Violet, can you help me out? What's 18 plus 4?
I can't hear you. You're frozen.
Well, let's see. Let's see. Who can help her out? What is 18 plus 4? Alexa?
22.
22. I'm going to put a 2 down here. I'm going to carry over the 2 from the 22. And the 2 is going to come down. So my answer would be 222. Okay. I'm going to try one more. I don't want to do the 3 digits. So for now, we're going to use problem E practice. Let's try Ooh, I'm going to try to make this a little bit tricky. Let's see. We'll do 10 times 7. I'll give you some time and then we'll see if we found the right answer. Who can tell me? If I'm multiplying 10 times 7, let's start off by multiplying 7 times 0. What's 7 times 0? Okay?
7. Oh, 0.
0. Anything times 0 is 0. Now, who can help me finish the last part? 7 times 1. Jaylene, 7 times 1.
7.
7. So my answer is 70.
Mr. Meadow,
Yes, ma'am.
can I go to the restroom?
Go ahead. So remember, anything times 0 is always going to be 0. I wanted to at least have one little bit of practice there. We'll continue on with the rest of this page and maybe a little more practice tomorrow. But for now, go ahead and take this paper, put it away, not just throw it over your shoulder. Put it somewhere where you're going to remember it, where you know where it is, so we can find it for tomorrow.